Hey everybody, welcome back to TAZS's Wig Closet at Wig Studio One, here to inspire and empower your wig journey. Wow is all I have to say about all these brand new releases coming for spring 2022. We've got new releases from every brand this year, and Ellen Wille is no exception. Ellen Wille has been hot on the brand new styles, especially in this MANNEQUINS collection. Today we're going to take a look at Narano Mono Part in the color Ivory Grey Shaded, which is 10114. A brand new style and a color to me. You'll see it right along with me when we do an unboxing coming up. I purchased this style with my own funds from Wig Studio One. If you drop below this video and expand the description box, you will find a direct product link to this style. If you click on that link, it will take you out to the Wig Studio One website where you can see all of the colors, the pricing. We invite you to shop at Wig Studio One. If you have a question about this style or any other, please reach out to support@wigstudio1.com. Ellen Wille's MANNEQUINS collection. So the MANNEQUINS collection are brand new styles and colors that represent the best parts of certain other popular styles by Ellen Wille. So I'm really excited to see this Narano Mono Part in the color Ivory Grey Shaded, which is the 10114. Let's go ahead and get started with our unboxing. This is the Narano Mono Part is a short straight bob style. Some beautiful cat features, it sounds like. So there it is in the box. Let's unleash its beauty. So this Narano, it looks beautiful, doesn't it? Just right there on this tissue paper, right out of the box. There it is. Wow. Okay, so I'm drawing some conclusions already about this color. But let me go ahead and inspect this cap. I'll show you the inside of the cap and then I'll try it on for you. Now I'm not going to make any adjustments or do anything to it so you see exactly what it looks like right out of the box. Plus we'll discuss the sizing right away. So this Narano Mono Part has a lace front temple to temple. It does not extend back into the ear tab, nor does it wrap around that seam. So that's something I'm going to watch when I put it on. And then that moves back into a left monofilament side part there. Looks like it's a pretty wide parting space, about 2 inches is my guess. So that will be nice. Now this white part that you're seeing is 2 things. So they've really done a nice job of making the knots very fine and interspersed, just finely and thinly dispersed at the front. It gets a little bit more dense as you go back into the style, and I think that's a very nice natural look. Plus it looks like they've taken that highlight right up, and that also creates that white line. So I can see the back side of these knots, and the very front of the lace front, there's no knots. And then it starts in with like every other hole or so, and then maybe 2 out of 3, and then ultimately in every hole as you move back. So I really love that. They've really got a nice grasp on what it looks like to have a natural looking density at the front. And then the lace features here move back into a closed ear tab. There are some metal stays there. It's a nice felted ear tab there. And then you have just a standard nape with Velcro style adjusters, lots of wefting. Let's do the stretch test on this one. It doesn't feel like there's a whole lot. There doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of stretch. So I will be eager to try this on and give you some feedback on the sizing. Okay, let's go ahead and remove the tag and then I'll get it tried on. All right, so before I shake it or do anything at all, I'm going to dive in here. Okay, doing absolutely nothing. This fits me amazingly. Now I have a feeling that this is more traditional Ellen Wille that fits that petite average head the best. So that 21.5-inch circumference is going to feel right at home, very comfortable, very secure. So I would say anywhere from 21 to 22 inches would be ideal. Moving above 22 inches into the average large, I just don't have a way of measuring that, but I can imagine based on how it fits me that it would be fairly tight on you. Okay. All right, wow. I mean, look at it right out of the box, nothing done. So let's go ahead and do some things here. So I just want to give it a shake. I don't have to wake up these fibers at all. It seems like they were just born this way. Very fine, soft, silky fiber. A bit on the dry side, not crunchy dry, not dusty dry, just separated dry, baby fine dry. Okay, and then I want to break up that part a little bit. That's just a peeve of mine. So I can do that with my fingers here, just by raking back on it. Hopefully that'll be enough to strip that weave pattern, but sometimes not, especially on those left mono parts. It seems like they're pretty hard pressed into that part, and that again is very easily taken care of. Now this is not a heat-friendly style. There is one heat-friendly style out of the 4 new styles that were released for May 2022, and I believe that one is called Luna, but this one is not heat-friendly. It's not heat-friendly, and it fits more petite average. Okay, wow, loving it already. See, look at that. That little contour you see, that was in there. Like I didn't have to do that. A lot of the times I have to use the heat from my hand to create that little bit of contour right at the front. And in this case, on this particular unit, you can see where it was like that right out of the box. Now you can emphasize that. Now what that does, it does 2 things. I think a little bit of lift there at the front really helps this style be more flattering around the face because of how the hair divides. It also helps keep it out of the face. So we've got that little bit of contour, and then the hair just kind of follows that root, which is more up and over and back. So I'm not thinking this style is going to be hard to keep out of the face. Wow. Wow, this is really super, super pretty. So it's just my instinct to get in there and sort of swirl around and wake up the fiber, which I didn't think I had to do a whole lot of here. And I have some theories about that. I think there is just none to limited permatease. So a lot of times when there's a permatease on a style, you really have to do some extra work at swirling and unhinging the fiber from the permatease layer. But in this case, there isn't one. So let's talk about this. So that front piece is going to run right around 8.5 inches. Now I'm 6.5 from hairline to chin, so that's gonna be probably about right. And then in the back, right around 10.5 inches total with a little bit of like a 3.5 inch undercut nape. And that just gives it a little ledge effect there. A little modern cut all the way around. It looks salon fresh, doesn't it? And I can tell you that even though it's more of a blunt cut, those ends are taken down a little bit, which ultimately looks more modern to me. And as I described, more salon fresh. So I am just impressed with this so far. So what styles by Ellen Wille does this remind me of? I don't know. I don't explore many straight styles, period. But I did have the chance to look at Rule by Ellen Wille, and that's a part of the Elements collection. That's just a kind of an open cap design, and they're more affordable styles in that Elements collection. So it does remind me a little bit of that. Also the Elite. Now I have not explored the Elite, but I have seen the Elite on several of my wig friends. And this kind of reminds me of Elite as well. I'm sure there are others. What are your thoughts about what went into making this style? So it is a classic straight bob, but because there's very little permatease in it, you're not going to get that full rounded effect. And what that does is it gives us a very nice lower profile look, but combined with these very fine fibers, it is a lower density style. So, you know, there's plenty of fiber here for coverage. So it is a very lightweight wig. It's only like 3.2 ounces and feels just like next to nothing on. And a lot of that has to do with how well a wig fits you as well. So if it's too tight or it's too large, it can affect the feeling of the weight on the head. And this wig comes in 14 different colors by Ellen Wille. Some of them are new. Now this one, this Ivory Grey Shaded. So just looking at this by pure color code, the 14 might indicate it's a dark ash blonde. And then the 101 would be more of a platinum shade. And I think that's exactly what's going on here. So even though it's named Ivory Grey Rooted, I don't see any gray in this, but the combination of these two colors give a gray appearance. So let's talk about it. I definitely see a dark ash blonde, and then it is heavily highlighted with a pearl platinum. Now the pearl platinum is very cool, but it has a watery appearance to it. It really props up that ash and can give you a gray appearance when they're combined. If you separate it out, you wouldn't find any gray, but together they do give a gray cast. And that's also fashionable. It's so ashy that it's gray. And I think Ice Blonde by Renee of Paris is another one of those colors where it's blonde, but it comes across as gray. Now this root, again, just taking one more look at it here, a light ash brown. It blends seamlessly. You can see it from all angles, I can imagine. But again, just kind of forgetting that there's a root here just because it's so well done. So I keep looking at this lace front. It's gorgeous. I knew it would be based on what I saw on the underside of the cap. So here we go. The knots are very fine. The seams are well obscured actually. It's tight pressed to the head. It molds the head perfectly. The highlight is brought right up, and you can definitely tell where they knotted every other hole or so in that grid. So in terms of looking natural, it just doesn't get much better than this. And we talked about permatease. There's very little to no permatease on this one. I mean, there may be just a very skim layer all the way around the cap just to obscure the wefts, but nothing that's going to support any lift or volume. So it's fairly flat on top, on the sides, back, and nape. But that contour in this layering around the face, I think, is doing the work of this style. You know, this style is meant to be a little lower profile, and that really shows off the light natural density, don't you think? And let's see, can we tuck it? I'm guessing that we can. Very tuckable, yes. Very tuckable. Does that look natural behind the ear? It does here so far. Very, very nice. And we'll work a little more with that in styling. A very well appointed new wig style by Ellen Wille. So let's go ahead. Okay, so we're just about to move this hair around so you can get a really good sense of the density, the movement, and how to style this wig. Let's try with glasses first. Glasses fit beautifully between the ear and the ear tab on this style, which I would expect because it's a low density and no permatease in the temple. Thank you so much for joining me today for a look at the brand new Narano monopart wig by Ellen Wille. We'll see you soon on TAZSWIG Closet at Wig Studio 1.